What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you all so much. Thanks for being here with me. I hope your week's off to a good start. Hope everybody's doing outstanding. Well, if you want to join the Fixed Air Moon study group, the FAM study group, that's live on the website. There's a link in the description below. It's a monthly thing. It's going to be bi-weekly, and it is charged $7.77 per month. You can cancel at any time, join at any time. I'm going to do this as long as there's interest. So, got some signups already. Super stoked. Hopefully, you join too. And if you'd like a reading, it's eclipse season. I know there's a lot of intensities going on right now, a lot of faded time. If you want to hear about it or my interpretation, doing an eclipse reading sale, you can use Eclipse 23 for an hour-long reading, and that'll take $100 off. And that's going to go on until the end of the month. So May 31st, that sale ends, so you have the whole month to decide if you want to do it or not. Hope to see you take advantage of that too. Let's look at the astrology. Whoopsies. Whoops. I moved a couple buttons around on my stream deck to make room for this camera. And then, of course, this camera, but I don't have this one hooked up. So, look, Mercury retrograde. But anyways, I'll get used to the new. I'll adapt, I'll adapt. All right, so Wednesday here, we're going to see this moon in Libra all day. It's going to post Chiron. It's going to make quincunxes to the sun, quincunxes to Uranus. We're seeing the sun and Uranus within their 5-degree orb for their annual conjunction as well. And this is with Uranus that's going to be out of shadow in areas we haven't been to yet. So we're definitely going to start to see some interesting turns take place, some interesting shakeups over the next, call it 6 days. Because even after it hits, but really, these next 5 days are very things out of the ordinary can pop up here. Like, this is definitely trying to accelerate us towards our individuated value systems in life. It's an interesting quincunx with the moon in Libra because I think we want to compromise, we want to see beauty, have things be in alignment, we want the harmonious, this is beautiful kind of situations in our life. It definitely brings up relationships too, and this quincunx could be interesting, weird things happening between values with one person to the next. Maybe one person's accelerating their life in a way that another person didn't see coming. Maybe we're just finding our deeper value systems and learning how to relate them better. A lot of different things can kind of take place. And with a moon that's squaring Mars today too, in Cancer, which is, look, the moon's in Libra where Mars wouldn't want to be, and Mars is in Cancer where it definitely doesn't want to be. But at least the moon would like to be in Cancer. So maybe there's something to say about that. But this is charging up our emotions. So not only are we starting to see like radicalized versions of maybe the way we love ourselves, take care of ourselves, but we're being kind of forced with what are we going to do with it? So there's a little bit of like force of action that kind of wants to take place, but this can get people fired up emotionally to where there can definitely be some, something coming out. Something's coming out. Hopefully this initiates some kind of action in our day that does bring more security, comfort, and alignment into our life. But I think that it's putting a big focal point on where our personal lives, our home lives, our own desires are out of alignment, and we're not actually finding comfort in certain situations. So we have to be able to initiate a change, I think, for the accelerated abundance that can be had at all times, but we can start to see that moving faster and more accelerated with Sun Uranus. Now, the moon will finish off the day with a trine to Venus, and that is going to feel pretty good. I think if there was anything charged up or any sort of heated discussion or conversation, or just emotions that were expressed, to find the balance point here, to find the harmony, it can definitely be found. And it will be through the conversations. With Venus here at 25 degrees of Gemini, it will be through the conversations that balance is found if anything was initiated emotionally, because I do think emotions are charged up, and it's just how we relate, right? It's how we relate our deeper values, are the things that we want, the things that we're trying to create, bring to life, how we relate those to people. Hopefully we can take some edge off today, maybe knowing that this is coming. Venus is also square Neptune. That's real tight today and tomorrow. So, I mean, that does bring a level of compassion to the mix. It's also where we can, kind of get swindled and taken advantage of and not see things clearly or have, some kind of a rose-colored glasses on in terms of our values. So again, it's kind of like just say what you're feeling. You don't have to say it with aggression. I think you can say it in a very Libran way, a very Venusian way. Communicate what will bring alignment into your life, especially regarding other people. It'll help so much because I think if we keep things in right now, we'll feel more out of alignment, and we'll still be like telling ourselves some delusional belief system about how something's going to go when there's been no communication. You actually might think you know exactly what another person's doing with the South Node in Scorpio, or what their intentions are, desires are. You don't. I'm sorry, we don't know. The only way to know is through conversation. So please, if things are on your mind, in your heart, if something has to come out, be said, please, this is a great time to say those things, have those talks, before things just bubble to the surface, and we can get almost kind of swindled too by not asserting ourselves. So it's kind of a weird time. We don't necessarily want to assert ourselves. We're trying to find like beauty, peace, all of these things right now. It's there, but again, like eventually the rose-colored glasses are going to come off, and that'll be right around the time we get an eclipse on Friday. So pay attention to what's putting your life in alignment right now. Pay attention to accelerating your life for value, communicating how you're deeply feeling, super important. And of course, be willing to change and transform beliefs. Nothing has to be stagnant right now. So I think we're starting to see big stories about just how we believe in ourselves changing, how we believe in others. Anytime that we can express, we're doing ourselves a favor. Because look, with Jupiter 2 squaring Pluto in Aquarius, and even coming into Taurus here on the 16th, like, this is just not the time to think you know what everybody else is doing, thinking, or what intentions are. Like, don't assume things. Trust your intuition, but have the courage right now, I think, to ask a question. I think that that's important, and it'll help you define what's true and give an ID to something so that you can make your decisions and delineate what's in balance and what is out of balance, what's in harmony, what's in disharmony, so that we can all move towards more value. And again, the moon opposite Chiron is definitely flaring up some wounds, and with a square to Mars, it's just like, tread lightly too. And I think we have to remember to have that compassion, but also to not let our boundaries get crossed. So there's a fine line. Definitely a day, and it's midweek Wednesday. Got to find the middle ground of being assertive, being confident, but also understanding you don't know what everybody else is going through or thinking until you at least ask and see what they present. And maybe even then, you don't get the truth. Be honest. Who knows? Find your balance, your alignment. Find your confidence. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to express yourself. And, this is just a time where people are going to start doing things to liberate a little bit. Finding new ways to bring quality to their life. And that's part of the story transforming as well. So, yeah. So, let's see what's in the cards. Oh, the Chariot. Reversed. Come back to that. All right, we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is a time, I think, of learning to let go. Might find the bigger, better value when we release what we believe is just the ultimate value or gonna bring all the harmony into our lives. I feel like there's something different. It's that time, like, try things. Don't stay stagnant necessarily right now. It's definitely like there's aspects that are trying to get initiated here. Don't, play it, almost playing it too safe. We don't want to do that. Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh, well, I think we're, maybe doubting ourselves a little bit emotionally. I think that this can be a high emotional day to where we could kind of feel like we have to muster up some like strength to know that we're good internally, that we're solid, that we're here. Um, Pay attention to your needs. I think it's important to like take care of yourself right now. Listen to your feelings, listen to your emotions. Get back on that like emotional authority that you can have and don't let it, be swayed. Remember to be confident in yourself at the same time and to feel confident through maybe trying something different or changing also. And gosh, yeah, another reversal, the Two of Wands in reverse. I don't feel like we have to look out on the horizon so far to find the decision or the answers. I think we need to really trust our intuition and our gut on the matter and say what needs. I mean, I feel like it's a communication thing to say what needs to be said, and getting that, Chariot reversed on the bottom. It's very interesting too. Um, Look, things are moving forward in a fashion that we may or may not understand. Roll with it. Roll with it. Well, I'll pull one more. Oh yeah, the Seven of Wands in reverse. I feel like conflict can be avoided just by expression of value and the willingness to adapt right now. And I think we don't have to defend something right now either. Like, there's no point in defending anything. You'll know what's true, what's of value. Maybe it's not about fighting everybody else off if there's a difference too. Like, everybody's kind of trying to figure out the way for themselves right now. I guess it's proper to let people go through that in their own right. Compassion always helps, especially for yourself. And don't get caught like weighing out too fast to like go. I think that there's a, that would be the issue, is we can be a little too just stagnant, not wanting to pick a path at the same time. So we got to figure out our defining presence and understand that we can delegate that and we can negotiate it with not only ourselves but other people as well, and remembering to still be courageous at the same time and move forward is important. All right. Love you all very much. Hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.